problems too. We have men and women relationship and social issues and stuff like that. But the only difference that we see with our videos and your videos is that your solution is Islam. So what is Islam? So amazing enough, a lot of people who have been on this email list and email threads of people who said, okay, hey, check out this funny video, and they just did it just for laughs, they end up watching these videos with the intention of laughing, but they actually got the message. And I remember I was at my first talk that I gave in the UK, and some sisters stood up with green hijab and said, I was on an email list of my friends, and I was a non-Muslim, and I watched their video, and I was there to laugh, and I'm actually learning about Islam. And I didn't learn Islam in your video, but I actually started Googling and it caught my interest. Basically, Muslims aren't exactly what they show on TV. They're normal people. Normal people. They have normal issues. Just because a girl has a headscarf on doesn't mean she's not a girl anymore. And every time you see a woman on television, she's only talking about hijab or oppression. That's it. And I'm sure sisters have way more discussions than those two subjects. But the sister stood up and said, by the way, I became Muslim. And I was like, wow. And then I started getting emails from different people. I became Muslim, I became Muslim, I became Muslim. And my intention, wallahi, was not to convert people to Islam, and I did not. And I can never take any success of Ummah films for myself, because I didn't do anything. I just sat in a chair, and just started talking about random stuff that happens at Jummah, and stuff online, and going walking through the airports, and all the weird stuff, but I'm just saying, look, we're human beings. And once we become human beings, you can't bomb us like you bomb people like this. That's what African Americans happened when Bill Cosby show came out. And I said I can do that with Ummah films, with the videos, inshallah. And not only have the Muslims watching it, but the non-Muslims through the, as I said, New York Times, USA Today, BBC, they're all watching it, and I got positive reviews. And I thought everyone's going to hate me. Wallahi, I thought all the Muslims are going to start bashing me and saying, wow, how can you talk about sisters that don't wear hijab properly? Who are you? Because if you walk into an Islamic conference from sisters, and not here, but when I used to go to ICNA all the time, you see all kinds of hijabs. But the brothers can never ever talk about it. Not in front of the sisters, at least. But no one ever talks about it. But everyone knew. And the one sister who has the Mickey Mouse hijab, she has no idea. Because no one ever told her. And I remember I got emails from sisters that says, no one ever told me. Not even my sister friends. They never told me because no one wanted to offend her. What happens when some guy sitting in a chair that doesn't have no idea who you are, you don't know him, and he tells you what it is? He says exactly like it is. Then you can't get offended, and only you know what the truth is. And then it's between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's from there. So, when he's talking about giving a message, yeah, you have to have a message within everything. And if you have the right intention, exactly what he said, intention, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can make it successful. I'm a guy who is not a comedian, who's not the funny guy in front of his friends and stuff. I sit in a chair. That's why you guys say, do something funny. I don't know what to do. I'm just Ali being Ali. And tonight at 11 o'clock, you're going to see me being me myself. And sometimes I'll be quiet, like this. Even though I said something funny, no one will laugh. And then sometimes I say something and people start laughing. It's totally random. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes it work. I take no credit for it. And that's what I say on my website. That's what I say on YouTube. So make your intention and be humble, inshallah. Because just as quick as it comes, just as quick as it goes, inshallah. I went on too far. I apologize. But I have to get this stuff off my chest just like I do in my videos.
I second that. I really have nothing else to say, but I mean, if anybody's got anything, questions, I mean, or if you got a comment, that you want to...
Question, comment, throw it at us. This is your opportunity. Yes, sister. My future plans is, inshallah, to make of actual feature film. And that's a film that comes out in the movie theater.
TheUmmahFilm.com.
Yeah, inshallah. And it's an Ummah film made by the Ummah for the Ummah, inshallah. And again, people are like, sure, yeah, you'll do it. And that's what they laughed at me before my Ummah Films project, my Muslim Games project, my Muslim Basketball project. Every project I did, people laughed at me. I remember I was doing Muslim Basketball, I was sitting on a bus, and I was in the second row or first row, and the brothers were sitting behind me like, Ali, what are you going to do next? I said, I think I was going to start a basketball organization. I said, why? I said, every year we play basketball, these tournaments are so unorganized. We have people that don't know how to scorekeep and this and that, and you know what? I want to do the craziest basketball organization ever. Like, what are you going to do? I'm going to have courtside announcers with brothers. Yeah, we just made the basketball, shots, hoops, fantastic, make 11. Yeah, we'll have courtside announcers, and we'll have people with cameras on different angles. We'll show highlight film every week. We'll have our own basketball court. We'll get a professional tagger to graffiti the court and make it all look professional. And we'll show highlight film and we'll get in the newspaper. And they all start laughing at me. I said, okay, you guys laugh at me? Watch. 2 months later, February 13th, 2003, LA Times, front page, West Side edition, back page as well, in full color. Picture. What picture did they take? Just pictures of brothers taking basketball? No. They took a picture of all the brothers making salah in a row. The LA Times came to say, what is this Muslim basketball? What is this so interesting? I said, there's something very interesting that's different here than other places, and we're going to show you, we're going to take it to the next level. So I sat around trying to take picture, 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 and once the time for salah came, the brother read the adhan, and then everyone started, or all these guys who were fighting and arguing and this and that, they all started lining up, and no one was telling them to line up. And the photographer and the reporter were just in shock. How do they know what to do? That's what they're asking us. What do they know who's going to lead? Or how do they know which line it is? And how does it all work? They're all fighting just a minute ago. Yeah. This deen tames us. It just in shock. Take a picture. Take a picture. And take a picture of all the brothers making sujood. That's what got on the paper. So I told the brothers, you laughed at me, but if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us successful, they'll become successful. And it did, alhamdulillah. We ran it for a very long time.
And I just want to close off with one comment. How many of you are familiar with the name Michael Uslan? Probably nobody, right? He's the executive producer of Batman. He said his goal, and I'm using an example, Batman, because one, I like Batman movies. But the whole thing was that his goal was to make the quintessential Batman movie, the one that would really represent Batman. And everybody laughed at him. It took him 10 years to finally find somebody like Tim Burton who would support him. And finally, when he got it, and he went to every studio told him, buzz off, get away. Some cursed at him. Some basically kindly told him to go away. Finally, when the movie was made, all these studio people who we had contacted started calling him up. We always believed in you, we trusted you, you're a friend, come work with us. And the whole thing is, at that point, he realized something. If you ignore the people that put you down, and you ignore the people who put you up, but you put your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you move forward, then you have nothing to fear, and the result is something to be satisfied with.
The reason we're trying to motivate you guys is because we're just two people. We're nothing special. And if we can do it, you can do it. I just wish I went and sat down somewhere and said, okay, how do you do it? It's out there. It's very simple. If you want to shoot me an email at ali@ummahfilms.com, I'll send you an email back and tell you, look, this is what I did. I'll tell you what websites to go to, what to download, what to this. This is for video thing. Now, for video, it's not for everybody. Some other people are better in writing, so you can write books. Other people are very good at poetry. You can write poetry. If you have this tool of dawah, it can be done in different ways. The Prophet ﷺ he did dawah with different people in different ways. You guys know the story about the old lady who used to leave trash in front of his home, right? You heard about the wrestler that he wrestled 3 times to prove to him that he's the Prophet, right? Did he wrestle the old lady? No, he didn't. Because it works differently with different people. Right now, we live in a generation where people are online, like Muslim and not. They're all online. This is an internet digital world. Now, people are online for good reasons and bad reasons. Some people are there for doing nothing online. But you can put stuff up there that can be beneficial for them. And Allahu Alam, you may not see the fruits in this life, but you may see on the day of judgment, inshallah.
That's about it. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.